What's up, Sergeant Slim Jim? Thanks for coming in.
So, I wasn't going to come in. I was just feeding the baby. But you are dead wrong. So, the church has always taught that there is no salvation outside the church. This is an infallible teaching of the church, and the church cannot contradict it. So, anything that the church publishes has to be interpreted in light of that teaching. Does that make sense?
No.
What confuses you?
What do you mean? Who's got the authority to make a statement like that?
The church does.
No, it doesn't.
Well, who's the church?
So you're saying that
church
anybody outside of the Roman Catholic Church can't know that they're saved?
Yeah, there is no salvation outside the church.
Thank God I'm not a Catholic.
I was baptized as a baby. I was christened or whatever you call it. No, I guess it's baptized as a baby. I fell away from Mother Church. Am I still saved?
You would need to go to confession.
Where does Christ
No. So, look.
come in? So the church saves, the Pope saves, and not Christ.
You guys are getting hung up on a bunch of little details that are irrelevant
No, it's
to
not.
the point.
No. You literally said
look,
that you have
when you
like
talk
those
about
that are in the Catholic Church are saved. And the last time that I read my Bible, those that are in the body of Christ are saved, not by no fucking Pope. That is lies, and this is putting people into bondage. And you had the balls to come in here and say this shit and tell
the church doesn't teach that the Pope saves people, Olive.
The church is nothing. The church is a Catholic church. It's a system. The real church is the body of Christ. It's Christ who is our high priest. It is Christ who is our Savior.
The Catholic Church is the body of Christ.
It is Christ who's on the right hand of the Father, standing in victory. It is Christ who Stephen saw. It wasn't no fucking Pope. And your church is a harlot. And you're speaking about a freaking harlot church. And you are literally trying to put folks into bondage. Confession? It says you confess your sins to God, and He is faithful and just to forgive.
Take a number, y'all.
I have seen what happens when Muslims and Christians live in the same place.
Is it Chrislam?
You know then what this document is referring to. So I don't think it's all that scandalous for the Pope to sign a document that calls for the two to stop trying to kill each other.
The point is a call for peace.
This is not an attempt to combine Christianity with Islam. It is an attempt to stop fighting and to get people to stop killing each other. The Catholic Church cannot abandon its dogmas. Among those dogmas is that Jesus Christ is fully God and fully man, the second person of the Trinity, something which Jews and Muslims do not believe. And I don't care how many statements of, yeah, we're both monotheists, or, agreements or peace treaties the church signs with other monotheistic religions, it cannot abandon those points of its teaching. The Pope cannot abandon that.
Okay, but what does that have to do with the price of tea in China and what you're talking about with a Islam and a one world religion?
Because it cannot become a one world religion.
And they worship together. So are you telling me the Muslims worship a Christ as God, as the second person in the Trinity?
They should.
No, but is that what they're doing?
They don't.
Then why are they why are they out in worship together?
So when you say they're worshiping together, please carefully define what you mean.
I'm going to define it. So when I go to a church,
I'm
not going to go to a freaking mosque to worship Jesus Christ. I'm not going to go to a synagogue to worship Jesus Christ. I'm going to go to a freaking church to worship Christ if I want to go to a building. I'm going to have fellowship with the Christians. I'm not going to have fellowship because there is no fellowship with darkness, Slim Jim. There is no fellowship with the darkness.
Olive,
how can you worship together with a Muslim? Tell me how.
I don't. In fact, the church teaches that proper Christian worship can only be done in a church. It cannot be done in a mosque, and it cannot be done in a synagogue.
And Catholic.
Let me finish, please. Calm down. If you actually listen to what I have to say, you might learn something.
No, you might actually learn something that is happening, and you are in pure ignorance
Did you
and
just know you
denial
me?
of your church. Like your
Did you
head is
seriously
so
just know
far
you
up
me?
your Pope's ass and is so far up the Virgin Mary's asshole, you cannot see what
All
the
right, look, if
bond
you
is.
guys are gonna fucking blaspheme, I'm out. Y'all have a
Well,
good
no,
night.
it is.
Fuck off.
Your head is so far up the Virgin Mary's asshole. You cannot
If he
see
can
straight.
dish it, he can take it too. Come on, Slim Jim.
Shit that he was saying to Dave about confession, and then talk like, do you understand about the dogmas and the second person in the Trinity? When the Catholics and the Muslims, they're out and they worship together and they're holding hands and smoking a peace pipe,
Yeah.
and get your salvation back by confessing to a freaking man. This man that shits his pants is not the second person in the Trinity. So why are we confessing Christ is our intercessor?